it's such a wonderful time. We have such a gift that is true, that in any breath can be a new beginning and is a new beginning. It's like one breath is like a whole life cycle. And we also get these opportunities of other cycles. And the one that's really present is the cycles of the moon for us, because it changes and shifts every 28 days, or every 28.5 days there's a new moon. And so when you enter into a new moon period, you get a beginning, and you get an opportunity to create an intention. So while you may have a big grand intention for your year or for your 5 years or whatever, and you might have smaller intentions like for your practice, having an intention with each lunar cycle allows you to follow something through with focus and fluidity in a contained period of time. And so I've been thinking, about my month of the moon that began new in Leo yesterday. And I've thought about heading into this, it's August obviously with Leo, but what would this month, how would I be like, the great lion, and moving with more fullness in towards sovereignty? And sovereignty of the self is the great and empowered, ultimately the sovereign is that space of being the ruler who serves. And so that just of myself is, how can I become more sovereign in this month of Leo, this month of August, that will serve the fall that I'm heading into, the season that will be coming with the fall. And about what will I need, what will be the tools and the skill sets I will need, both as a physical being, as a mental being, and as a heart emotional being, that will serve me moving into the fall season, where the light gets darker, where the energy shifts more inward. It already really has. And where also there are a lot of holidays and gathering times. And then this year there is, of course, a big, huge election that's happening, and a lot that will happen and be happening around that. So what would I need in this month if I were going to say, so I've sort of started thinking about as August being a month of almost like basic training. In other words, like, what do I need to do to prepare for the work ahead? Lots of times we set an intention that's a big long one, or we know there's a big period coming in, and we don't do the groundwork or lay the groundwork to be able to get going when that happens. And so we want to think ahead, we want to plan. So if you know about yourself that that you've been over the few months of lots being up in the world and lots being up in terms of you're getting triggered by things, what could you do during this lunation to both prepare your mind to be focused and also fluid, to prepare your body to be focused and yet fluid, to prepare your heart to be focused and fluid? And so that's what I'm really thinking about. It will be different for each one of us, because we all have different temperaments and different sensibilities and different things that ignite us and different things that trigger us. And so what could you do in this Leo month where things are sort of quiet, right? Like kids aren't back at school, everybody at work is sort of there or not there, like everything's sort of quieter and more still. And so it's a great month to really begin to anchor in to what you'll need. I invite you to go into that inquiry for the month. And also that I invite you to an amazing book that I think could be very helpful, which is a book called The Hope by Andrew Harvey. And it is a book about becoming the sacred activist in the world, and to be the activist in the world who is aligned to their values and aligned to the way that they move in the world. And what does it mean to be in service in the world in the 21st century? And so it's great summer reading as we move into this time of needing to strengthen our vessels for the upcoming fall.